Breaking news, the House has voted to impeach me, apparently, for making a mistake. First mistake of the day. But it's nice to know that we have so many wonderful listeners across the airwaves, both online and on the radio. I may have mistakenly said that the Seahawks, although I don't believe I did, but I'm not going to say I didn't. The Seahawks.
Have to check the tape.
We'll have to go back and check the tape. Fortunately, we don't tape the shows anymore, just because of these reasons. Seahawks play Sunday at home against Arizona with an 11 o'clock pregame. What you may have perhaps, and now I'm not going to say it was because two people came at me and just said that I messed this up. So I will admit that I probably did.
I should have caught it, but I didn't because I don't understand sports. I don't know who's playing.
You don't even know sports or geography.
Who's playing? Yeah.
Gonzaga plays North Carolina tonight here on the radio. So thanks to Darren, long-distance listener of the day in Ephrata, and to our own Mr. Boom, Mark Nault from the credit union, our community credit union, who I believe is the Uptown branch and the Downtown branch are having a bake-off on Friday. I'm probably getting this all wrong, too. But it's for folks to raise money for the food bank, so you figure out which is your favorite, our community credit union branch in Shelton, and you either go up to the Mountain View one or the one downtown, and participate in a bake-off.
What a great distraction from the fact that he's being impeached over there.
Yeah.
I like it.
I was calling them the Seattle Seagulls until he corrected me, so I didn't know they were Hawks. I'm from California.
Seagulls, yeah.
Sorry, no.
Regardless. All right, Dick and Wendy are here for our Port of Call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can we just say you do a great job?
Yeah,
day in and day out,
Jeff.
we love you.
I'm just happy that people are listening.
Here. We're not voting for that.
We realize that somebody's actually listening.
Well, Darren probably has to.
He does.
Mark, I'm not sure.
What's going on with you guys? As we wrap up the year, what's happening? Good? Tell us.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I'll let Wendy take it over, but
Sure.
we had a big meeting last week with 40 people, I think, about
I don't know.
various federal agencies, FEMA, Homeland Security, and whatever their new name is.
Yeah.
The Corps engineers, all kinds of emergency management people, and the county emergency management people, looking at Sanderson Field as a primary field for recovery and operations during a major disaster, earthquake, whatever, natural disaster, whatever.
So what we've come to know over the years from the different training exercises is that for whatever reason, Sanderson Field sits on a big old rock.
Exactly.
And it is the last big old rock between now here and the ocean, pretty much. Is that right?
I think so.
Something
That's
like
probably
that.
Soil. They study all the liquefaction.
The others, all the other airports are on, or not all the others, but other airports are on fill.
Yeah.
And then if it's a big earthquake, then that liquefies, and then there goes your airport.
Do we know what Richter scale level before that liquefaction happens?
It's a gazillion. I don't know.
Yeah, at our field, you mean?
No, in general.
In general. It's probably, I don't know, but I'm going to guess it's in the 7s or up. And a lot of it isn't that they're necessarily on fill even, but that they're more coastal, and so the soil type is different, and they tend to liquefy when the shaking occurs. So this meeting, and we kind of summed it up yesterday at our commission meeting, but it was one that was called by the state Department of Transportation, and we just kind of got an email that said, hey, we're coming to your airport, be ready. December 11th, or then it moved to the 12th, and I know, and we're bringing all these, and we kind of went, what do they expect us to do? And okay, and of course we're going to say yes.
Yeah.
But it happened to be such a great thing. I mean, some people were from across the country, like Commissioner Taylor said. They were definitely looking at airport. They were doing an airport study. The last couple of years, they've done transportation. They've looked at just different road systems, bridges, and this was kind of the final piece that was missing, was the aviation piece. And so they traveled to Fairchild on Monday last week, and then they did Bremerton and Olympia. And when they got to us, I mean, I just can't say how proud I am of my staff, of course, but of the community. I mean, we had from PUD to Hood Canal Communications to, just anybody, Small and Sons to Jeff Farrington for Kapowson, anybody and everybody who could be affected or have a role to play, whether it's fuel or whether it's electrical, and in the knowledge in that room was just, they went away from our airport saying yesterday at a different port, I won't name any names, but they had just their airport manager, no one else. And so the meeting was far different. We had so much interaction and going on, and they left saying, Sanderson Field, who would have known? They have their own water, so they're water rich. They have
right
two
there.
fueling systems, so they're fuel rich. Bingo.
Zombie apocalypse, that's where we're going to be.
There we
Yep.
go.
Yep. Go to Sanderson.
And the other thing too is if you're looking at trying to bring in a large amount of people in a short amount of time, there's historical record of giant airplanes being able to land. I'm sure that helps. It's helpful as well.
Well, yeah, the giant ones that landed here, though, didn't take off.
Yeah.
Well, you worry about that at the back end.
Right.
Just get
them in.
to get the stuff
And
here.
get them in.
Yeah, you can get it.
So that is the case, and really that's kind of, so what's happening is the consultant writing the report works for Argonne Labs in Chicago, and they're a giant, company, and so if we get a report out of this handed to us that says, man, we really think Sanderson Field is a player, and they, lengthening and strengthening that runway will be ideal, then great. Where's the grant dollars to do that? And we'll do that, because that's the one thing lacking for us is weight, capability, and length of that airfield. And FAA doesn't cover those things unless you can prove, takeoffs and landings are in excess of whatever. And so it was great. It was
awesome.
really interactive. It was really,
guys.
and it's so nice to be in a community that talks. We're friends with Justin at PUD3 and Lynn, who came, and Steve Steve Small from Small and Sons on, one of our tenants who had invaluable information because they've, done tons of stuff in California for, major events. They're hauling fuel, and so of course Hood Canal Communication. Just the whole inner workings, and then Ross, from County Emergency Management is just, he's just, so just they were impressed by the fact that we all sat in the same room. We all discuss this, and that we all talk outside of this, so it was really great. It was really valuable, and it was kind of, I went into it thinking, oh man, this is 4 hours of a day. Like, do I have 4 hours to give the, and everybody, for the most part, everybody stayed and was engaged that whole
Cool.
4 hours.
Wow,
So,
good
yeah,
news.
so it was great.
What else is going on? Anything as we get ready for Christmas here next week? You guys are going to limited hours in the office or anything?
Yes. We close our office both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so we will be, and we'll probably have fairly short hours Monday. So we're doing our Christmas things, for the employees, just let them have some time. And,
That's good.
Yeah, so it'll be, staff will be limited next week and the following week, just with the holidays happening in the middle of the week. But but for the most part, so we're doing things, and the airport project that had to kind of be cut in pieces. It is done, so it is finished. Just the electrical portion that we were able to do this fall and winter. So I'm looking forward to getting started with that when the weather turns better, and hopefully March or so.
Well, next time we would meet is the 8th, because next Wednesday is obviously Christmas Day.
Oh, you're not going to be here?
I'm not going to be here. That day. And the next one will be the first of the year.
Right.
So
And none of us will be here.
none
for
of
that.
us will be here for that one. So we'll get you guys back in on the 8th as we move into 2020.
Yep.
2020.
And we can talk about future plans for next year.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Date
Yep.
we
I
will-
like it.
We'll have our meeting the 7th.
Yeah.
So.
Dick Taylor, Wendy Smith, good to see you.
Good to be here.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, you guys.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas. Happy
Yes.
We'll
holidays.
see you next year.
And
Safe
keep
holidays.
doing a great job.
That's
Yeah, keep it up. Yeah. You got our vote.
Spencer,
Dick
you
and
too.
Wendy from the Port of Shelton, everybody.
Hey, that's okay. They're great guys.
Good guys.